Welcome everyone. My name is Ajay, representing Path Infotech, and would be moderating this webinar. Thanks for taking time today to attend this learning session. The topic today is improving the audit and compliance requirement through streamlined master data creation in Oracle ERP. I'm really excited here today because we have an industry expert to share his experience. In this webinar, we will discuss on the challenges faced by the enterprise and the solution developed to mitigate these challenges. Later today, you will get to deep dive into master data creations approach followed by a live demo of the tool. Little bit about us. Path Infotech is an Oracle partner with over 3 decades of experience in multiple industry domains, including manufacturing and supply chain. Some housekeeping rules here. Your lines will remain muted during the session. If you have any question during the presentation, please type them into a question box in your control panel. The Q&A round will be at the end of the session and we will address your question at that time. And just want to inform you, this session is getting recorded and link would be shared with all the participants post the webinar. Please be with us. At the end of the webinar, we will share an exciting offer with you all. Now, coming to the speaker for the session, please welcome Upendra Kumar, Senior Manager IT at Canon. Upendra brings over 25 years of experience in IT operations management and assets and infra management. With a strong focus on achieving results, he is a dynamic leader known for his impeccable people and management skills. Along with him, I have Krishnan, AVP Oracle application at Path. Krishnan is a highly accomplished and result-driven leader with 25 years of experience in successfully managing and executing multiple Oracle EBS implementation upgrade projects across the diverse industries. Hi, Krishnan. Welcome to the session.
Thank you, Ajay, for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Moving on, I would request Krishnan to start the session. So over to you, Krishnan.
Thanks, Ajay. Can I go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So one of the key activities in every enterprise is maintaining the masters. And most of the enterprises face challenges in maintaining those because of duplicacy and incorrect data. Especially this is happening in big ERPs as well. Key challenges that most of the enterprise face in handling the master data are, few of them we have highlighted here. One is the data quality and consistency. Because multiple users are handling the master data, so this leads to duplicate data and inconsistent data, which are prone to errors as well. And this leads to data quality issues, which can have a major impact on the decision making, business process flows, and key management reporting as well. The second is the data governance, which is basically most enterprises use the manual way for getting the approvals, which is either through email or attaching an Excel file or a Word file with the data that is there, and it goes for multiple users for approval. And once it's done, it goes to the IT department or some department who just starts keying it manually. So this is person dependent, and it has a lot of delay in creating a master. So also ensuring complex policies inside the master maintenance will make it even more tough. We are not able to do those in the existing ERPs. The third is the data security, access controls, and audit trail. Security is a key feature any ERP or any master need to have. Basically, if you look at the informations like the employee data or the key master data, supplier bank information, these are prone to, if it lands in vulnerable hands, it can go to any issues. Similarly, lack of audit trail, that you don't know who has updated the record or who has created. Most of the ERPs have who created and who has last updated. There's no in-between records are not there. The last but not the least, data migration and upload. So data migration is very tedious task when you're doing implementation projects or even roll-up projects, as per you say. The main activities include cleansing, data validation, and mapping of data elements, and cleansing being the most toughest job. The other activity, again, the biggest challenge that comes is when you need to upload huge amount of data, like you want to update some masters, maybe some key attributes in a master, and then you need to rely on your technical team to write a separate script and then upload it using those functionalities. So here, what we bring with all these challenges identified, we have thought of a solution, which we will talk about it later. We are joined today by Mr. Upendra Kumar, representing one of our esteemed customers, Canon India. I'd like to invite him to share with us a few words about himself and about Canon. Welcome, Upendra.
Thanks, Krishnan. So my name is Upendra Kumar, and I have around 32 years of experience in IT and have been with Canon for good 22 years. I'm managing Oracle ERP, Sales and Service CRM, Business Intelligence Solution, and other in-house developed solutions for Canon India. I'm also responsible for managing Hyperion and PeopleSoft for all Asian subsidiaries of Canon. Now, few words about my company. Canon India Private Limited is a subsidiary of Canon in Japan, and it started its operations in India in the year 1997. So we are close to 26-year-old company in India. As on date, we are close to 1,000 employees, 10 offices, and 6 warehouses spread across the country. We operate both in direct and direct mode and having 850 channel partners. And our annual turnover is 375 million USD. Our products include digital production printers, multifunctional devices, managed document services, inkjet and laser printers, document and check scanners, digital cameras, SLRs, cinema cameras, surveillance camera, and medical imaging products. We cater to the multiple market segments of consumer, SME, B2B, commercial, government, and PSUs. That's brief introduction for myself and Canon.
Thank you so much, Upendra, for those insights. Next slide, please. Upendra, I've spoken earlier about some of the critical challenges the organization face. With respect to Canon, can you shed some light on the challenges Canon faced with the master data maintenance?
Sure. So when we talk about challenges, I would talk about 2 phases. So in the first phase, when we wanted to have something called MDM, at that time we didn't have any option of maker checker available in Oracle E-Business Suite. No masters or lookup were available. For example, users were creating same city with different spellings. Also, only first and last details in terms of who created and modified any record was available. We had no clue on what happened in between and how many times the data was modified, who modified, and what was modified. Customer name, address, state, city, everything was editable. Price list was editable with overwriting the existing row. Apart from the challenges, we also got a direction from our parent company to get Canon India SOC certified, where maker checker was the primary requirement and which was not available in Oracle E-Business Suite. Our first approach was to look for a solution within E-Business Suite itself. There was an additional product, MDM product available from Oracle, but the cost of implementing the same was 150K USD, which was way beyond our limit. That was the time when we approached Path Infotech with our requirement was to have maker checker for price list creation, updation, customer master creation, updation, vendor master creation, updation, and also the approvals when it was for the price we wanted to have employee supervisor hierarchy. And when it was customer or supplier, we wanted something called position hierarchy to be the approver. And the solution should be cost effective. In phase 2, we wanted to optimize one of our process, which was part code creation process. So that was manual and email driven. Since it was manual, it was prone to errors, and the complete communication was happening through email. Since all the things were through email, there was no visibility status. No audit trails were available. And this complete process was taking approximately 2 weeks of time for an item to be created. The process flow, how it was working was, our marketing team used to share item details to SCM team. Now SCM team used to confirm the HSN codes to taxation team, which is the second team. Now the taxation team used to confirm the tax rate to the MDM, the third team. And this third team was validating the details and creating the item in Oracle. And everything was to be hand typed. And in case of bulk item code creation, it was taking long time, resulting in even in delay in billing of the products. So these were the key challenges that we faced.
Thank you, Upendra, for sharing the challenges. Also, I understand that manual errors and data inconsistencies would have a significant impact on Canon's business performances as well. Can you throw some light on that as well?
Yeah, sure. So there were multiple challenges, Krishnan, but I would say that data hygiene was the major challenge. So I would like to cite an example here. So same customer used to get created with different spellings. And we wanted to have outstanding for the customer. We used to pull the data and club multiple IDs to get the outstanding for a single customer. And same was with our suppliers also. Hence, we didn't had any audit trail. Hence, it used to be an audit issue. Also, as you would be knowing, Oracle E-Business Suite allows address to be editable. So even after a billing has been done, the address could be updated. And when a user wanted to take a printout of an old invoice, it would print the new or the updated address on the old invoice, which was a big audit issue. Sometimes wrong price used to get updated because there was no maker check. Also, in Oracle price list, when we had not implemented the solution, what was happening that the price, whenever we wanted to change the price, the existing row was overrated. So it didn't have history there. And whenever we wanted to analyze, it was giving wrong information. So these were the manual errors of data inconsistency that we faced.
Thank you, Upendra. Thank you, Upendra, for sharing those details. So can we go to the next slide, please? So earlier we talked about the business challenges. Now we talk about the technical challenges. And this is basically related with the ERPs, and what we are talking currently is basically Oracle ERPs, whether it's an EBS or a Fusion. One is a complex navigation. To create a single master, it takes a lot of navigations and clicks, which becomes very tedious job for any user to create a master. So take, for example, if I want to create an item, I need to create an item, I need to put its cost, I need to put other different variables. So at least it takes 3 to 4 minutes for me to create just one item. Similarly, if I take customer master or vendor master, there are a lot of tabs. You click here, you open up, it creates, you assign to business unit. All those things happen, which is too cumbersome and time-taking process. The second is compliance reporting. Who created modified, when created modified. So again, we have only the first and the last. What happened in the middle? We don't have any trace. That is, audit trail reporting is missing. Third is there's no controls and checks, as Upendra also mentioned, missing maker checker process. So You just create and save, and it's ready for use. The fourth is a complex process or the bulk upload. We have a lot of times we require to upload or update bulk items, but it's very cumbersome. So Oracle had given some new features in Fusion called the FBDI, but to fill the FBDI templates, it's again not a user's job. It needs the involvement of IT as well, because there are multiple Excel sheets that need to be linked to load a single item master or a single master. And similarly, even for other things, even in if one Excel sheet is used, there will be multiple worksheets that need to be created and manually mapped so that the upload process can happen. To simplify all this, we came up with a solution. So can you go to the next slide, please? So here we talk about Path's bolt-on solution for the master maintenance. We are talking about 3 masters at this stage, and this is growing as we talk. So supplier, customer, and items. So the approach that we take is it's going to be a standalone application, and where we have all the data, master data that comes from the other EBS system, maybe Oracle or EBS or Fusion. It comes there, and it's tightly integrated with Oracle applications. Aspects taken care when the data is entered are validation against standard masters, duplicate checks based on customer needs. So some customer may want duplicate check on customer name. Others might say, I don't want, because there's a customer who recently told that we don't want check on item name. Item name can be duplicate for me, but the item number has to be unique. So each customer has their own requirements that comes in. So yes, that we do it as when we get the project as an initial phase, we do those learnings. Custom logics, if anything that needs to be built, and validation as per customer needs, we do those. And additional field mappings like the DFFs and others, we have provision for those as well. And there is a functionality of approve and reject. And only the approved records are created in the Oracle ERP, either through APIs in Fusion or EBS. The main features: audit trail, group approvals for faster chat. So basically, if you say that it's just going to one resource, then what happens is till the time he approves, the flow stops there. So what we have come up is a group concept where within a group you can have more than one users. So the approval hierarchy goes to all of them. And even if one of them approves, it goes to the next level. So in this case, it can make a faster chat as well. Then the compliance reporting, and you have bulk upload functionality to upload multiple items, whether it's create or update, and simplified UI for data entry. And we also have templatized few things, like if it's going to be a government side customer, there are few set of data that automatically gets populated. And if it is just like what item template you have in Oracle, it's something similar, we do that. So we are trying to do that for customer and vendor as well. Can you go to the next slide, please? What factors, Upendra, just one question that came to my mind. What factors led you to consider adopting Path's master maintenance solution for your business?
Okay, so I would like to mention here basically 4 points. One was that the solution was meeting our all requirements. And second was that this solution was cost effective, because earlier we could not implement the solution from e-business suite because it was way beyond our limit. Also, Path Infotech is our existing support partner for Oracle e-business, and this relationship has been running smoothly for last 22 years. And the last but not least is that we have seen commitment from top management of Path Infotech during all these 20 years of service that we have been taking from Path Infotech. So these are the major points.
Thank you, Upendraji. Thank you for your words. So now we come to the process flow of the application. So you create the master and you enter whatever details that is required, whether you upload the data or create it manually, both the options are available, and you submit it for approval. So the user gets a notification alert. It is also there configurable in the email as well. So once he sees the notification, he gets the entire detail that comes in the email itself. It's not that he need to go to the screen and view all the details. Whatever details that are required for the approval, everything comes in the notification alert. So he takes the decision, approve or reject. So based on the approval levels, that is also configurable. It goes to different levels and finally it gets approved. Once it's approved, it's either moving to EBS or Fusion based on the APIs. And once it gets moved there, we get the key IDs from the respective application and then update it back to the custom solution that we have. So that while we do updates and further activities on those masters, it's easy. We have those IDs ready. So with that, we have a poll right now. Request my colleague Ajay to take it up.
Oh, thank you so much, Krishnan. I would like to put the poll for the audience here. There's a poll on your screen right now. I would request you all to share your inputs for the same. I'll just take a pause here. Thank you so much, everyone. I do have the inputs now. I'm handing over back to Krishnan to proceed further.
Next slide, please. Can you make me the presenter that's visible?
Yeah, just a minute.
Okay. So this is our custom tool login page. So I'm logged in as a user here. Just so here we have few masters. First, let me briefly walk you through those. This is the user master where you create your username, passwords, and your basic email details and your accesses. Then you have your group user linkage. This is what, as of now, I have told you that we have creating different groups. So your approval goes to group and not to the person here. So if there are multiple persons, it will go to multiple users. So we have currently 5 levels of approval, which is the purchasing group, finance group, tax group, BU group, and corporate. Next, third is the approval process master, which where we set up what kind of master, what is the type, whether it's for update, you can have a separate approval hierarchy. For create, you can have a separate approval hierarchy. So, and by organization wise, you can have separate approval hierarchy. If you want supplier type wise, you want different, you can do that. And this is the maximum level that you have. So currently supplier master has 5 item and customer 3. This is configurable. You can do anything as of now. Next is the DFF form, which is pretty much similar to what we have in Oracle. So you have all the parent table is supplier, you have all the attributes defined, you can give the prompt, LOVs, table name, and all those things. So this will give the data that is required. And next is the lookup, which is again configurable. And take, for example, I'll take company type. This is similar to what you have in Oracle EBS as well. You have your lookup code and type, and you have your lookup codes and the meanings as it is. So it required for your integration purpose, as well as some of the key lookups that we get from Oracle, we maintain it here as well. Now we come to the main screen, which is the supplier creation screen. So here in this, we have 3 info tiles. The first one shows the activity for the last 7 days. Basically, currently all are approved, but if it was in different statuses, like that is draft, in process, approved or rejected, it will show all the details of those. Again, action required by the user, how much is pending in draft and how much is rejected. So everything is shown here as well. And this is overall approved for the items created by the user. So let's start creating a supplier. So I'll just giving some name here. This supplier code will be auto-generated, and the other one will be generated from Oracle and then come back to this. So we give the supplier type, we give the TIN number, we give the business relationship, tax authorization code. So if there's any other thing, these are all Oracle related fields. So if the additional fields that is required, you can fill those. Now, once it is there, you can do an attachment as well. If you want to attach some files while creating the supplier, you can do those. Even these are automatically carried to Oracle EBS or Oracle Fusion. So now we can do the address details. So I'll say purchasing address, country United States, Kenya. Okay, I give some. So I created the address. It is ready to edit as well. So you can see those details. If you want to enter the bank information, you can create the bank information as well. Branch name, IFSC code. Oh, sorry. So any other thing you need to give, you can give that. I give the branch name as well. So if you need to give the tax registration, you can give that. Currently, I'm not giving that. So once this is done, you can see the details here, Western India. Now further, you have to create a site as well. We have just created the address. So for creating the site, I'll say it's a sourcing and a procurement site as well. And if you want to give create, site is created. So I can go edit the site. And if I want to give anything, like we can do that, like payment method and any other parameters that need to be set, flight terms. This is one of the main activity that needs to be done, the assigning your the business unit. So once this is done, if you want a withholding tax that need to be set up, you can click on that and give whatever rates or tax group that you need to define. And at site level also, you can create your bank, which can be similar to what you did there, or which can be different as well. Bank name. So now that I have created all these details, I can view all the details that I entered in one single page if I want to see that. So whatever bank I have created a site, address, so everything is seen in one page. And now I'm fine with that. sending it for approval. So once it's sent for approval, its status has been changing from draft to in process. So if you go, you'll be showing that approval has been sent to the purchasing group. So now let me log in as the purchasing manager. So you go to my approvals. I have the list here. Here it's the Western India requested by admin. So if I click on this, I get all the details right from the attachment. So if I want to download and see, I can do that as well. So I say this, I can approve and submit. Now, if I go to supply creation screen and see the status, it would say that it's pending with finance group and it has been approved and who has done that. I'm logging as a finance user now. So if I doesn't want to see anything, I just saw the email, I can approve through email as well. But if I come here, just press the approve button, I say okay. No need to give comments. For rejection, it's mandatory, but for approvals, it's not mandatory. Now I'm coming in as a tax person. The process remains the same. Now I am coming as a BU owner. Again, approve it. Now I'm coming as a corporate. So here also I go, I approve it. So now I'm again logging in as the user. So I go to the supply creation. I see that it's approved and I can see who all have done approved at what time. And then I do a synchronize. When I do synchronize, this calls Oracle API and it's synchronized. Currently it's doing with Oracle Fusion. So I go to this. So this is the Oracle ERP number that is generated. So let's look at that, whether it's actually been generated here. So here you have Western India, which has been created on 15/6, and you have all the attributes and other things under that. So in the meantime, I'll let you know about the other couple of features that we have. One is the supplier uploader. So you have a download template that comes to you. It's a pure Excel-based template, which most of the users are very easily using. So here you have the name. Take for example, I'm just putting testing, supplier number, it's auto-generated. So you can fill the entire details and send it, but I'm just finishing some data for you and trying to show. So I do an upload data here. So here it has generated a batch. So here you see, you have all the data that is there in the Excel has come, including the file name that you have uploaded. So I can just validate the data before I'm doing the upload. So there are few fields that has automatically come in. And if you really look at it, yes, it is error because city cannot be null, pin code cannot be null. So it has done the validation and has returned. So you can go back and then do everything. Once it's validated, the data will be available in the other screen from where you can go for the approval process. This also will follow the same approval process as the other manually created ones. One more main feature is the audit report. So this is basically when it comes to updates. So if you really look at it, here's a supplier name. You have the attribute, which attribute has changed, which is, this is the field name, country, what was the old value, what was the new value, who created it, what time and date, and who updated it. And this is also purely Excel downloadable as well. You can download it to an Excel sheet or PDF, whichever way you want to. And we can just open it. And you can view all the whatever things that you saw on the screen. It's in the Excel also. You can do all the filters based on that. So that's what I had for the demo part of it. Over to you, Ajay. Can you make yourself the presenter again?
Sure, Krishnan. Thank you so much for a wonderful demo.
I just want to ask you one more thing. What has changed for Canon today after the implementation of the solution that we have proposed?
So, Krishnan, post adoption of this MDM solution, the benefits that we have got are, one is that whenever there is a change in the address, city, state, it sends a trigger and the team can take action accordingly. Also, once a transaction has been done, the address change is not allowed for that. In the price list, we see whenever we wanted to update a price list, now a new row is created after putting an end date for the previous row. Whereas in earlier case, without MDM, the first row was getting overwritten. Now the maker checker option is there, and all these three have led to better data hygiene. Also, the status visibility is available through the workflow. Audit trails are available. The bulk upload option has helped in faster item creation. And the process for this item code creation has got optimized. The turnaround time, which earlier was 7 days, now it has been reduced to 2 days. So these are some of the major benefits that we are getting.
Thank you, Upendra. Now let's take a moment to reiterate on some of the benefits that Path Master Maintenance solution brings to you. First is the data consistency. As what Upendra said, yes, all the data that is going into the application are 100% validated before it gets created. There is a multiple level approval with the audit trail as well. So no fraudulent data can go, or no fraudulent user can do any miscalculations on the system as well. Compliance reporting, as we always say, is time and cost effective, because time to create masters have reduced drastically. That's what the feedback from the customers that we get. Bulk upload, yes, that provision to create and update your items or your customers in need. So that's also a good feature or a point that we have. And we do, this all led to process optimization. Like where earlier there used to be 6 to 7 days to create a supplier or a customer with the approvals happening manually and everything. Nowadays, it's taking less than that. And I would say it's near about half or even less than that, if I really look at it. So what we say, the most better benefit is the ROI of 80% in 1 year period. And that's, we have got some written data for that as well. And investment payback period of 6 to 8 months. So in 6 to 8 months, you will have whatever investment you have done, you will surely reach the rewards for that. So Ajay, over to you.
Thank you, Krishnan. I would like to share an exclusive offer for all the participants today. Path will do a free non-obligation POC for any kind of item of your choice, like a supplier, customer, or items. The technology used would be Apex platform and Oracle database. If you would like to avail this offer, please reach out to us to take this forward. Now we will go for questions. Please feel free to ask or type your question in your control panel. I'll take a pause here. In meanwhile, Krishnan, I got one question from the audience. So what is the limitation of uploading bulk data?
See, currently we have tested this for loading 20,000 items and it has worked perfectly fine. So it all depends on the volume of data that you have. So we at least say that at 20,000 items, the load can be completed in around 5 to 6 hours.
Okay, thank you. And the second question I got is, what is the cost of the implementation and deployment approach?
See, the cost of implementation depends on various factors, but on a ballpark figure, it will be around, I'll say that it depends on various factors like what is the implementation and what amount of customizations that is requested and what are the how much custom logic that needs to be built in. So with all this in place, if it's going to be a simple, fairly simple one, it should be nothing beyond 50K USD.
Okay. And what about the deployment approach, if you can share?
The deployment approach will be having a separate Apex server. If it's an Oracle EBS environment, we have this Apex already inbuilt in Oracle system itself. But if the client is using Fusion, then we need to have a PaaS solution where we'll implement this Apex solution and the database as
well. All right. Thank you so much, Krishnan, for giving a wonderful session. And Upendra, thank you so much for your valuable time and sharing the experience with us. With that, we end this webinar. Once again, thank you so much for giving your precious time here. I hope it was a useful session to all of you. If you have any question further, you can do email me and we will reply back. My email address is ajay.pal@pathinfotech.com. We will share the recording of this webinar with all of you very soon. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.